Asante sana. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to join you this morning as we witness the signing of a contract for the development of Bamburi Cement's clinker line in Matuga, Kwale County, in partnership with Sinoma's CBMI Construction Company. This partnership reflects Kenya's growing integration into global industrial value chains and aligns closely with our national industrialization agenda, as has been said ably by the minister here. The signing of this contract marks the commencement of a strategic industrial investment in Kenya's cement sector, which remains a critical pillar of our economic growth and infrastructure development, underpinning our housing, transport, energy, and industrial investments. As government, we recognize that strengthening clinker production capacity is fundamental to securing the cement value chain and safeguarding the long-term competitiveness of all sectors. By combining Bamburi Cement's deep local market presence and operational experience with Sinoma CBMI, global technical expertise in cement engineering and construction, this partnership will significantly strengthen domestic clinker production capacity, reduce reliance on imports, and enhance the competitiveness and resilience of Kenya's cement industry. Ladies and gentlemen, this investment is fully aligned with Kenya's Vision 2030, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, particularly job creation, value addition, and regional industrialization development, and our broader manufacturing transformation agenda under the Ministry of Investments, Trade, and Industry. Industrialization remains a cornerstone of Kenya's economic transformation, and targeted investments such as clinker will be essential in achieving sustained, inclusive, and resilient growth. I remember that in 2023, I was in West Pokot to start one of the clinker factories that now employs close to 2,500 people, with another 2,500 trucks operating in that space. I am very happy that I'm here this morning in this conversation about a clinker plant in Matuga. Early next year, I will be going to Kitui to start another clinker factory. And it speaks to where we want to go as a country. And I'm very happy that many investors are reading us correctly. They are beginning to understand where we're going. When we say we are going to have a 5 trillion shilling investment in logistics, in transport, in energy, in irrigation, there are many people who are beginning to read it correctly, and they are investing in the right places. I want to tell Bamburi Cement, you are among the people who, Waswahili wanasema, mnasoma barua ikiwa bado iko ndani ya bahasha. Because this investment, the kind of trajectory we are looking at into the future, the investment in the 5 trillion program, which Cabinet approved the infrastructure and the mechanism and the framework that is going to roll out this investment, cement, steel, construction is going to be at the core of that investment journey. And therefore, I am asking Bamburi and all the other players to begin to think about doubling your capacities, maybe tripling your capacities, because that is the kind of push we will need to be able to get Kenya where we want it to be. In this context, allow me to situate today's project within our broader 5 trillion bold national ambition to take Kenya to a first world economy, which we have unveiled as a deliberate pathway to achieving Kenya's economic freedom. This national project is anchored on strategic infrastructure development, and I hope, Bamburu, you're listening. Expanded, reliable, and affordable energy, large-scale infrastructure in irrigation through extensive dam construction designed to unlock productivity across agriculture, manufacturing, housing, transport, and services. Through sustained investments in roads, we intend to dual 2,500 kilometers of critical highways, and that first is already going on. Next year, as I announced the other day, we will be doing a couple of roads around Nairobi, Thika Superhighway, the road to Ngong, the road to Kiserian, all the way to Isinya, and many other dueling of roads that will happen. We will roll out the full extent in the coming year. We will be extending the standard gauge railway from Naivasha through Kisumu to Malaba. We will require tons and tons of steel and cement. And that particular construction of the extension of the standard gauge railway is going to begin in January. I am not talking about 2027, 2026. That will also include the modernization of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Again, I want everybody to know that the expansion of and the development of a new airport is also going to happen next year. Yes. We already have consolidated the framework that is going to allow us to do that. We already have, as I've said, we have to expand our generation of energy because at the moment we are living on the edge. It cannot be possible for us to industrialize. It is not possible for us to be able to move to the future that we all want to do if we don't have sufficient, reliable, affordable energy. And that whole process is what I want us as a country to move together and to achieve. These investments have a clear objective: to position Kenya firmly on the trajectory to a first world economic status driven by productivity, innovation, and industrial depth. Our plan is that in the next 30 years, by God's grace, we want to cut down the number of people living below the poverty line by half. And we want, currently, our unemployment rate is 5.43% of the population. We want to bring that down by half as well. And it is not going to happen unless we make bold investments in different parts of our economy. And we want to do that without necessarily burdening taxpayers or endangering the country with borrowing. And that is why we have developed alternative mechanisms of how we are going to do this, using mature assets that we have as a country and leveraging those by putting together private-public partnership where we can bring on board more private sector resources into the development of public infrastructure. Distinguished guests, the cement industry sits at the heart of this economic freedom agenda. Every kilometer of road, every power plant, every dam and irrigation canal, and every factory depends on a reliable, competitive, and sustainable cement value chain. Projects such as the Bamburi Clinker line are therefore not isolated investments. They are foundational catalysts of our national transformation. While the cement sector is central to development, we are equally conscious that it is among the most energy-intensive industries with significant greenhouse gas emissions. The Government of Kenya therefore views today's investment not only through the lens of capacity expansion, but also as an opportunity to embed cleaner, more efficient, and low-carbon production technologies. And I have been reliably informed that you have looked into that aspect. We are encouraging improved energy efficiency in clinker production, adoption of cleaner fuels and modern technologies, and strict adherence to environmental health and safety standards across operations. Through the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry and its agencies, we will continue to promote policy coherence, interagency coordination, and partnership that support both competitiveness and environmental responsibility in the industrial sector. Decarbonization is not a constraint. It is an opportunity to innovate, reduce costs, attract green investment, and position Kenya as a regional leader in sustainable manufacturing. These efforts support Kenya's commitment in environmental matters. Distinguished guests, allow me also to highlight another flagship program that is directly linked to today's investment. The Affordable Housing Program, which remains one of the most ambitious social and economic interventions in our history. Currently, over 240,000 affordable housing units are under construction across Kenya, from urban centers to emerging towns, transforming skylines and livelihoods alike. This program is not only providing decent and affordable homes for Kenyan families, it is also a powerful engine for job creation, supporting more than 480,000 jobs across construction, manufacturing, transport, and allied services. By this program is revitalizing local industries, strengthening domestic supply chains, and keeping value and jobs within our economy. I agree 100%. And this is a statement that I said. It is not possible for us to continue importing cement. Please, let us just agree. And I want to encourage all the players. I know we have had a pull and push. I want to encourage all the players. We have limestone. We have all the other raw materials that are necessary for the production of cement here in Kenya. Somebody needs to explain to me why we want to go and import stones. Because what is lime? What is limestone? It's just stones. How can we spend our money to import stones from other countries when we have our own stones? You know, all we need to do is to burn them and create cement. I mean, surely that is not, I mean, we cannot do that. It doesn't, I am not persuaded by any whatever, hata kama ni kwa dawa siwezi kubali. Simiti tutatengeneza Kenya. And this big plan that we have for the transformation of our country must be an incentive enough for those who are looking at business opportunities, for them to invest in the right place. And therefore, Bamburi and others invest in more clinker plants. Make use of our raw materials in Kenya. Employ our Kenyan young people. Use Kenyan electricity. Use all the other materials that you use in Kenya. That is how we are going to change this country. We cannot import what we can produce in Kenya, whether it is cement, whether it is maize, whether it is wheat, and everything else. And that's why we are saying today we are importing 500 billion shillings of food items into Kenya. Edible oil, maize, sugar, wheat, rice. All that we can produce here in Kenya. But somehow people will find excuses of why it is better to import and not to grow local. The same way, somebody will find an excuse of why it is better to import clinker than to make it in Kenya. You know? We just have to make a bold decision and say, we are not going to be a supermarket for anybody. We will create our own value using our own raw materials. And that is as simple as it can get. So, you know, just to tell you, I have a problem because I have been buying cement for the last 30 years. Every week. For 30 years. Even today. I do construction everywhere. If you go to my farm or my... I think even sometimes when there is nothing to construct, I break the one that is there so that I can construct another one. So I know what it means. I know what cement means. Yeah? And so investment in this sector is what is going to make us grow. My intention is that for the next 20 years, Kenya is going to be one big construction site. For the next 20 years. So those in the construction industry, you have business. So mujipange. Wale watu wa simiti mujipange. Wale watu wa kwari mujipange. Wale watu wa chuma mujipange. Kila mtu hapo wajipange. That's where we're going to drive it. Ladies and gentlemen, the project we are unveiling today holds particular significance to Matuga and the wider Kwale County region. I know the Member of Parliament for Matuga, Mr. Tandasa Sawa, is here. It is expected to create direct and indirect employment opportunities, support skills development and technologies transfer, stimulate local enterprises across logistics, quarrying, maintenance, and services, and contribute meaningfully to community development and local economic growth. Balanced regional industrialization remains a priority for government. And I'm very happy that one plant of cement is in West Pokot, another plant is in Kitui, another plant now is going to Kwale. Hopefully we'll get another plant in a different part of the country because we want to move the country as one. The government of Kenya remains fully committed to supporting this project and similar investments that deepen value addition, create jobs, and strengthen our manufacturing base. I commend Bamburi Cement PLC, Sinoma CBI Construction Company Limited, and all partners involved. I'm told KCB, our good people who have been of great value, supporting our programs, and all the other banks and the legal firms and everybody else that is part and parcel of this great journey. Not to forget the dedicated employees of Bamburi Cement. I know that, I'm informed that they have been looking forward to an investment in this program for a while. And I look forward to the successful implementation of this clinker line and its positive impact in Matuga, Kwale County, and of course, in the Republic of Kenya. My very best wishes as you undertake this major investment. The cement industry has seen an investment over the last 3 years of about $800 million, which is close to 100 billion Kenya shillings. And I am very sure that this is where we all want to take it. The Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry will provide the policy direction on how we are going to move this forward. And I'm confident with the Minister, working with the whole of industry so that we can harmonize policies and make sure we support policies that make sure that we exploit local raw materials, use local labor and human capital, and drive development in the right direction. It's a very proud moment for me to be part of this journey that speaks to where we want to take Kenya into the future. Thank you very much. My very best wishes, and God bless you. And if we don't meet, Merry Christmas and a great Happy New Year.
We may take our seats. A round of applause to His Excellency. I'll request Your Excellency for you to remain on stage as we now progress to what I'd call the cherry on the icing. Let's take our seats, please. Let's take our seats. And this is the signing of the contract. And allow me to invite Mr. Edanadi, Group MD, and Mr. Zhang Shichai, who are going to come and please take your seats. Chair, you may come and also witness the signing of the contract. Can we have the legal person who's going to present the documents for signing?